Okay, so the first half of this video, the first little bit was me just explaining, yeah, I am in my craft room and I've grabbed a cuppa and I'm just about to open or unbox, I should say, another order. I'm not sure what happened to the first part, but that's okay. Thanks for joining me. I've grabbed a cuppa because it's that time of the afternoon. And I'm hiding out in my craft room before the kids get home from school, which will be any minute now. So this is my latest order. I was explaining before that I placed an order for the pre-order that demonstrators could place, as well as when the catalogue first went live, I placed another order then. So this is my third order from the new catalogue, and I ended up getting all my ink pads and cardstock, my InColor ink pads and cardstock, and Stampin Right markers. So I'll bring them in again just to show you. I've unwrapped these already and I have actually used them as well, so I've been playing a little bit with them, but I wanted to just show you the colours in real life, and if I've got time on this video I'll show you how they stamp and what the colours look like when they're stamped on some Whisper white paper, because that just brings out the colour even more. So there's my ink pads. I got the re-inkers as well. Whenever you're buying ink pads from Stampin' Up, it's always a great idea to get your re-inker. Don't just use these for re-inking your pads. You can use them for different techniques. You can use them for emboss resist, for watercolouring, and it's great to be able to use when you're using your ink pads to watercolour. You can put a drop or two of re-inker in the lid, and you don't have to squeeze your ink pad so hard to get some ink there to play with. So yeah, definitely invest in your re-inkers as you buy each ink pad. Then you don't have to worry about them retiring or the mad rush to get them at the end of a catalogue. Let me just have a sip of my tea. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, so yeah, I also got the Stampin' Right markers, and as you can see, there's the 5 InColors there. These are the double-ended markers. You can use them to marker up your stamps, write in your cards, to journal on your scrapbook pages, and they are the same colour as the ink pad ink. So again, beautiful coordination. Now, I ended up getting an individual pack for each of the InColors because I knew I was going to use them so much, especially with the stamp sets that I've bought. So really definitely it's worthwhile investing in a whole pack rather than just the mixed packs, because you get so much more. And if you're wanting to make a card that you need to make multiples of, say you might want to make 20 or 30 cards even, it's nice if you've got the one colour. Then you don't have to change the design or the colour necessarily of your card. And yeah, I'm going to enjoy having a full pack of these in my cardstock collection. So they'll pop over there. And I actually already have run out of the InColor ribbons. I'm not sure where my Bumblebee one went to. I think I actually opened that and used it on something. But there's 4 of the InColors anyway, and this ribbon is just beautiful. It's so soft and really easy to work with. And again, perfectly matches all of the InColors. Okay, so now we come to, I'll leave those embellishments there. We come to some stamp sets that I wouldn't normally go for. This one here, I just thought it was adorable. And in the catalogue, there's some really cute samples using this stamp set. I loved the fact that it was 3-step stamping. I think I can make the most of my Stamparatus and use the Stamparatus when I'm assembling, when I'm stamping with these little images to create these cute little animals. I loved the little butterfly, but I especially love the greetings in this set. And my favourite would have to be the unicorn. So we've got this little guy here, which the 3 steps actually makes a horse. But if you pop the unicorn's horn on top, then of course he becomes a unicorn. And you all know the saying, when in doubt, be a unicorn, right? So yeah, I've got that in a stamp now. And there's just a whole heap of other cute stuff in there that I know that I'm going to use a whole heap. And yeah, I can't wait to start creating with this one. So look out for some videos and some samples on my blog. What else did I get? Oh yeah, I loved the photopolymer whale done stamp set, and this gorgeous embossing folder, the seabed embossing folder. Look at the detail in that. I can't wait to see how that turns out when I emboss that on some cardstock. I loved the sea themes. It's great for non-gender specific cards and little boy cards. Congratulations, it's got some great greetings in there as well. Of course, there's birthday, but you know, playing on the whale theme, you're kind of a big deal. And whale done. So I'm thinking I might be able to use these for some recognition cards, some congratulations cards, as well as the birthday and thank you. So very versatile. And the paper that comes with it is actually 6x6. It's called Whale of a Time. And let me just open it out because there's some absolutely beautiful patterns in here. Let me just fan it out for you a bit. So love this one. Immediately you could just make a card just with that, cut that down and stamp a greeting and that would be your card. You wouldn't even have to add much to that. There's some fish on the back. There's some just really gorgeous, look at this one. Isn't that beautiful? You could put a circle, one of your layering circles dies with a greeting there, and have that as a card front. There's some plainer designs on the back, so you can mix and match these. And some of the greetings, sorry, the images allow you to cut out around them. So if you wanted to, you could use some of those whales as a feature on a card. Got the jellyfish, the seahorses. The colours are just beautiful. And again, playing on that sea theme, you know, you've got turtles. You've got another under the ocean scene here, so you could even cut that off and use that half for one card and that half for another card. Really, really cute. I could even see some of these used in scrapbooking, so I'm going to have a lot of fun with this set. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Finding Nemo, and it has similarities to some of the books I used to read the kids when they were little. Some Alison Lester books. It reminds me of the book Imagine in particular. I don't know if you're familiar with that book, but yeah, the artwork is absolutely stunning, and yeah, these papers I think will be lots and lots of fun. All right, so that's my Whale of a Time. What else did I get? Oh, the Whale Punch. Yeah, so that comes with the stamp set. I forgot about that, and you can see the coordinating image as you cut out the whale, but you've also got little bits to kind of piece on to layer different sections of the whale body together, and you've got some water that comes out his spout as well, so that will be fun to play with. The other bundle that I invested in was this one. Now this is the Blossoms in Bloom bundle, and it is actually, let me get the right set of dies, it is actually the most expensive bundle in the catalogue. It's over $100, but this month when you join Stampin' Up, you will be able to get this. You'll be able to add it to your starter kit absolutely free, so you still get to choose your $235 worth of product for $169. But you get to throw in any of the bundles that you see listed in the back of the catalogue. It can be a punch bundle, or it can be a Stampin' Cut and Emboss, a dies and a stamp set bundle. But if you're wise and you fall in love with one of the more expensive ones, then it is a great way to get it this month only. So have a chat to me, give me a call. I'd love to chat with you about becoming a demonstrator. You can be your own best customer. You can just sell to your family and friends. You don't actually even have to sell. You can enjoy the discount for yourself and make the most of the Stampin' Up promotions as a demonstrator. And if you don't make your quarterly minimums, you just drop back to being a customer again. So it's pretty simple, but there's lots and lots of perks, and it is a great time to take advantage of those. So chat to me some more if you've got questions. That's the Blossoms in Bloom. I'm going to leave that there because I want to show you the flowers and how they stamp with the new InColors. This is the Whale of a Time sequins, which will coordinate beautifully with that paper, but I don't know if you can see in there, there's some little mermaids or fish tails, whatever you want to call them, or shells. They could be shells, but they're all those gorgeous coral colours that you'll find in the papers as well. You can also use these with other coordinating papers and inks as well, but yeah, that's just beautiful. I'm thinking some shaker cards with the Whale of a Time set might be in order with these sequins. I've got the dies that go with the Hippo and Friends as well, so let me just grab this again and I'll open up the dies so that you can see what they look like, because they're not just for the animal shapes. This is one of the things that really attracted me to this bundle, and this might be a bundle that you decide to choose. If you're joining Stampin' Up, you could get this as your free bundle, the Hippo Happiness bundle. But have a look at these dies. They're really, really cool. I'll just open this up for you and have a look. You can see there are 3 lots of nesting dies, plus the shapes to cut out the little animals once you've stamped them. But aren't these amazing? You get 3 lots. These are stitched, and these ones have like a more delicate, I guess, a little bit of embossing around the inside and outside of where you cut. So you've got a relief image as well as a cutout image. And these ones are just plain cuts, but they make a really, really nice shape. So super, super versatile, not just to be used with this stamp set. I can see myself using these with a whole heap of greetings and other images in the catalogue. And yeah, I need to discover what to do with these little ones. I'm sure there's a reason why there's those 2 slits there. So I need to read up on what else these dies do. But it looks like a really versatile set, and I'm very excited to be able to play with it. So look out for some samples coming up with that. I just wanted to open those just to show you how awesome that die set was. I've got some more ribbon, and oh yeah, and these embellishments, the elegant faceted gems. So these are from the Peony Suite, and I've got them because they're just nice and neutral, and I know that they'll go with pretty much everything. I'm planning on getting some more of that beautiful Peony Suite, but I'm going to play with what I've got first. And then there's the Pool Party sheer ribbon, which has got a bit of a sparkle to it. If I hold it up there, you can see that sparkle. That's going to be super handy. I can use that with with the sea themed the Whale of a Time suite, as well as other suites that have that gorgeous pool party colour in them. So let me get rid of my box, and I wanted to see if I could show you, hopefully, just straighten this up a little bit. I'm going to show you the Blossoms in Bloom. I'm going to get that stamp out in a minute, and I have got my new InColor ink pads, and I've got them in order of light to dark, I guess. The darkest being the Misty Moonlight. I might put them like that, in that order. And I'm putting them in that order so that as I'm cleaning them, I don't have to work too hard. So I'm going to grab my Stampin' Scrub, and also my baby wipes, just to make things a little bit easier. So I've cut up some Whisper White cardstock here, and I'm just going to be stamping this large image here onto a corner. Just really simple stamping, and I think this type of stamp is really going to bring out the different tones in each colour. So as you've got a darker part, a more bold part of the stamp, and it fades off to the edges like that, it gives you that watercolour look, and you start to see the makeup of the ink a little bit more clearly. Let me show you what I mean. So I've got my largest block here. So this photopolymer stamp set. so I don't have to mount any stickers or anything. And you can see right through that ink, that stamp. So you know exactly where the image is going to be. I love the fact that it's got some little images there too, so you can build on your design if you wish to. Let me grab my largest. So this is the largest F block, and I'm just going to grab the stamp on there like that. Alrighty, now because it's a photopolymer stamp, I'm actually going to put my Stampin' piercing mat underneath to support it a little bit, and so that ink will be nice and even. And I've got my Bumblebee ink pad. Because it's a really big stamp, I'm just going to ink up all over the stamp like that. And then bring it over, and I'll have it sort of partially off the side of my card, so that some parts of the flowers you won't actually see. So only the part that is touching the Whisper White. And look at that, isn't that gorgeous? If I hold that up, can you see how there's some light and dark there of the bumblebee? As that dries, that distinction will become a little bit clearer. So I'm going to pop that one to the side. I can put greetings on these anytime I want. And yeah, and I might also decide to add some of those little flowers, I think, to the card, just to add a little bit more depth. You could add even some different colours to get the residue off with a baby wipe. And then I'm going to go into the cinnamon cider. So I'll get another piece of Whisper White. And this is just a darker colour, but similar to the yellow. It's like a warm cinnamon tone. There we go. Better shut my ink pads too. So let's have a look and see how this one stamps. I'm going to go from the other corner this time. Just need to wait for the ink to transfer and then lift it up. And so you can see the different tones there. That stamp really does all of the work for you. You don't have to be an artist. And that's simple stamping. There's nothing, I haven't put any water on these stamps or added any other colour. It's just the stamp doing all the work with a single ink pad. And it's really quite stunning. Now with the dies that overlay this, you'll see, if you've had a look in the catalogue, you will see how gorgeous that is, and the different layers that you can create using the dies, and it gives it the whole image a 3D look. And you can of course coordinate and mix and match colours as you desire. So this is the Magenta Madness. I'm just going to have another sip of tea. All right, Magenta Madness. I'm going to stamp this lengthways. And like that. And lift it up. We can see that gorgeous colour. See all the different shades there. It's just beautiful. Yeah, so there's those three together. How gorgeous are they? And the Just Jade, I'll bring them all in together once I've finished, so you can have a look at all of the colours together and compare and mix them and see which one you think you like the best. I know, yeah, I've got a favourite. I'd love you to be able to guess what my favourite might be. What do you think my favourite new in colour is? I'll give you a hint. I'm holding it in my hand. Yeah, the Just Jade. I love the Just Jade. It's beautiful. It's kind of a bluey green or a greeny blue. It's not, yeah, it's not either one, and it's just that lovely in-between colour. It looks nice. It looks nice in flowers, if you're stamping flowers in that colour. It's dark enough for a greeting as well, if you're using it for, yeah, stamping a greeting or words. And I just love it. It's beautiful. So it's quite dark, isn't it, with that stamp? But it looks quite stunning. Beautiful. And finally, we just wipe that over again. We've got Misty Moonlight, which is the darkest of all the InColors. And I'll bring them all in again, as I said, to show you. And this is quite beautiful as well. It reminds me a little bit of Bordering Blue, but it's darker. Those of you who've been familiar with Stampin' Up for a long time, you'll remember that we had a colour called Bordering Blue. It's like a darker version of that colour. And it's just gorgeous. Very regal colour. So I'm going to plonk that one down there. There it is. Come up really nicely. Yeah, so as they dry, they said they will dry a little bit lighter, and you might be able to, you can see the contrast in those colours a little bit more. The light and shade that's created with the stamp itself. I'm going to leave those. I'm going to stamp a greeting from this stamp set straight onto the card. And yeah, I'll be coming back with a couple of samples using the stamps together with the dies, because the dies again add another dimension to those images. This is a really nice stamp set because it's got so many different greetings that you could use, and everybody loves flowers. So it's a super versatile set, and yeah, as I said, pairing it with the dies that come with it takes that up a notch even more. So I hope you enjoyed that demonstration of the new colours and the Blossoms in Bloom stamp set. And don't forget to check out the new catalogue online. If you require a catalogue, you'd like me to send you one, just let me know and I can have one in the post to you. But let me know if I can help you out with anything, and have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.